Ooh, that got me hot for a second.
I understand though.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, come on, that's not a mistake you're supposed to be made. If it was $1 off, I'm like, all right, keep the $1. $40?
No, I need that.
Hell yeah, I need that. Hell yeah, I need that. Okay, we're live. All right. Welcome everybody. No one's on yet. It's just essentially me and Trayvon just talking to ourselves. But I'm not waiting to do an intro or nothing. Actually, you know what? We can wait. It's 7:58. I don't have to be that dramatic. We can wait a little bit. So I asked you this. Was this your favorite out of the 9?
No. Last week.
Did you catch that there was a 10th that we didn't get?
No.
Gamora.
Oh, that's right.
That was the 10th episode we didn't get. We now know that was the 10th because I thought maybe the Gamora story is what would lead this episode off.
That's right. Where was that when Gamora arrives or something like that? Something we're supposed to get.
No,
like
Gamora, like what the
Thanos.
name said. Yeah, she killed Thanos, and she assumed, obviously her and Stark were working together. She was melting down the glove.
I wonder why they did that. It's not like they have a movie coming out next week. Apparently,
they said COVID messed it up, so they had to just scrap the episode. I believe that the episode might have had some stuff that either James Gunn or Feige might have wanted to use down the line. So they kicked the bucket. That's what I personally, because you're not telling me a show that came out in August and you were working on this since 2019. You didn't have enough time to do 10 full, only 9?
Yeah.
I mean, look, I don't know the business, so that could be the case. But to me, that sounds very, very, very fishy.
To me, they seem to be pretty solid on. Okay, so the WandaVisions, the Falcon Winter Soldiers, those episodes will be the equivalent. I guess they said 6 episodes. That's what they're going to be. Like WandaVision was longer because episodes were a lot shorter.
Right.
So this animated. So I was like, y'all could have 13 of this. Like,
that's what I'm saying. But also the COVID thing doesn't work because it's like y'all don't have to be together.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That doesn't come in different days, sit in a booth.
Right. Like y'all can record anywhere. So that's not like no.
I don't know. I think there's maybe a little bit more to that than meets the eye. But look, that's what they said. I'll take it at face value. Maybe that's the first episode of next season. Even though now it doesn't work. You've already saved the day, so I don't.
We already saw her. They already said what she did. So it's like, well, what's the point of showing that kind of story now?
Yeah, so. I don't need to see it now. But did you enjoy that you got to see them somewhat wrap up the 2 stories you had the biggest questions about?
Honestly, some of these episodes, as I watch it, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I didn't like the episode, I kind of
I got you. So your question was, well, not question, but you wanted to see Pepper and Shuri, how that.
Oh yeah. You
wanted to see about Star-Lord. You wanted to see how that played out, and now you know.
I get it. He said, he said Peter, cool, but it's the Shuri and Pepper thing. This finale to me felt rushed. I'm gonna say that.
Huh?
So for them to be, running into Wakanda, like how. My first question was, how long was it before you guys did this? Because Wakanda looks a mess. like what happened? Like how long did it take you guys to get in there? Like, how did you get in there? Like, if so it's just a lot of, questions with that.
They trashed it, that's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I was happy they were together doing that, but it's like I have a question the watchers or Watu's judgment by even recruiting Killmonger in the first place.
I knew you were gonna ask that, and I haven't answered that, but I want to wait until we get everybody on so I can answer it, because that's probably a question most people have. But that question was answered. That was answered within the episode. Let me see. No one else is literally like hopping on. What up, Mystery? What's up? Okay, you know what? Let's just dive into it, Trayvon. So they answered it in the episode, and apparently Uatu saw all this, and he knew that was the only way to separate the stones, so then that you could freeze those two and crystallize them and put them in that dome. So he needed Killmonger to be the one piece that that caused the chaos enough for them to get the stones in a spot where you could freeze them, and then that's when you could trap them.
Okay, so now I do remember him saying that he saw everything. It's just I have a hard time listening or believing what he says now about him seeing everything. It's based on last episode where he was like, "What the hell is this?" And I was just like, "You don't see everything then." Just like the He Who Remains said he saw everything, knew everything, and then he did it. Like it's just
he was saying up to that moment. Everything is something he had already seen before. But because of the fact those two together and whatever the decision was that they made could alter it. So I think Ultron wasn't altering in something he had already seen. It maybe wasn't as simple because certain things had to change for it to get there. Like remember, Ultron seeing Uatu is probably not what Uatu saw coming, or he wouldn't have been that damn loud.
I guess that's
right
true.
Behind Vision. So that was the monkey wrench that changed the the timeline. So now new timeline, Ultron is omnipresent, can go through different multiverses.
So at that point, how did you see more after that? If he's omnipresent, how can you even see anything else that deals with Ultron?
So I will harken back to when everyone told me, Juwan, who cares? It's a cartoon. You remember when I told you Thanos shouldn't be in Wakanda when there's no stone there? This series is riddled with inconsistencies.
It is.
In their opinion, they're just like, who cares? No one cares. Who cares? Let's just move on. Welcoming in Tia. What's up, Tia?
Hey, everyone. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. This is like so boring, but I was like doing laundry right before this, and I was like, oh shoot, it's time to go on. Let me run.
I love how T is like, it's so boring, but I was just doing laundry. So we were starting to get into, I was asking Trayvon his thoughts on this, and what we were just talking about before you came on was Trayvon was saying how if Uatu could see everything, right? How is it he didn't see Vision coming? And then when I told him, well, technically Vision was a monkey wrench and what was originally supposed to happen because he saw Uatu and could supersede past different dimensions. Then Trayvon's question was, well, if that's the case, how could he see past that into Killmonger doing what he did? And I said, the same way Thanos had a soul stone, but Gamora was alive. The same way Zombie Thanos was in Wakanda, when the stone was on its way to him, it wasn't already there. How did you know to go there? It's just riddled in inconsistencies. But Tia, I'll ask you, because I was asking Trayvon this. Did you feel satisfied with them looping off Killmonger's story, with seeing Pepper and Shuri were actually ready to charge in and take back Wakanda and, capture the killer of Tony? And we also got to see them close off the loop of, what am I forgetting, Trayvon? What was the other loop? Star-Lord. Peter Quill, rather. Sorry, Peter Quill.
Peter Quill.
So did you feel happy with those endings?
I did. I'll tell you right now, I don't know if we're going to get into it a little further down because we're waiting for people, but I mean, I remember like that moment with Killmonger where he was like, trust me, this is the only way, essentially. And I'm like, I don't trust you.
Right, exactly.
You have shown us that you are not to be trusted. And I am happy that they didn't do something like everyone being so gullible and like, because when he said to Peggy, like, you get your fella back. And it's like, please, Peggy, don't give in. Don't give in. Don't give in. So I was happy that they all knew that he was not to be trusted. So I mean, I felt satisfied. I loved the visual of Uatu giving this Doctor Strange this encompass, like the fact that these two, Killmonger and Vision / Ultron, I get confused because to us it looks like Vision, but I know it's Ultron,
Right.
and that they're like stuck in this constant whatchamacallit, power struggle for the stones. So I kind of love that visual, and it gave Doctor Strange purpose. Like his actions destroyed his universe, but now he's responsible for ensuring the safety of all the universes. So I did like that. I thought that was a beautiful way to tie some loose ends while also kind of redeeming this Doctor Strange.
Yeah. What I love most about it was, to me, it was Strange kind of feeling as though it was all worth something. Like he still got to be the hero in the end. Like it wasn't a complete waste of, I'm just trapped in this thing and I literally can't ever escape it. Now it's more so just like, well, now you have a purpose rather than just being the lonely guy trapped in this little ball.
Yeah.
So I mean, I appreciated that, but like I said, it's just really hard. No, go ahead.
And I was going to say, I mean, you are right. There have been inconsistencies throughout this show. We've pointed them out. My general thought process going into this always was that, like, it doesn't matter if it makes sense or not, which I know is like probably a bad way to think about it, but it's like, for me, because this was always just a what if scenario, it's like I don't really need it to make that much sense because it's just supposed to be fun. It was great that everything led up to something in the end, because I didn't think that we were going to get that, but I still was like, okay, it's different from this as opposed to the live action movies where it's like, all right, when a plot hole happens there, then that actually means something because this is canon, if that makes sense.
Well, that's what I was trying to say. We don't know what of this is and is not canon. Mm-hmm. The showrunner said there are elements of the show that are canon. We don't know until we see it somewhere. There's rumors that there will be Ultron's drones in Multiverse of Madness. There's rumors Peggy as Captain Carter will be in Multiverse of Madness. So if any of this is true, that was canon. And then it does add to the fact of you shouldn't have been this discombobulated. If you didn't have it fully fleshed out, especially with you now robbing us of an episode. We were supposed to have 10. We now know.
Oh, we were?
Episode. Yeah, the 10th episode was Gamora.
Oh, yeah.
The only reason why I didn't complain about it last week heading into this week was I thought maybe this episode would start off with Gamora's story and then leak into everything else. So I was like, okay, they'll just close it off at 9. It won't matter. But no, 9 just essentially told us what Gamora's story was.
Right.
But we still didn't get a chance to see it. We could see it down the line. I'm not hung up on that. But I'm saying this could connect to the actual MCU, so it could be canon. So it's certain things that it's like, well, you should have just got that right. Thanos should have not had a soul stone and Gamora was just alive and kicking. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just blatant. It's not like a little tiny thing that I'm just nitpicking at. It's like that was, unless in this universe Thanos loves someone else, maybe Death, but you can't sacrifice Death. She's dead. So, those are the only two people that Thanos loved.
Maybe left Nebula this time.
Or
maybe.
or had a different kid. I mean, you remember in the movie, right? The first Guardians of the Galaxy, right. Nebula said to Gamora, out of all of our siblings, I hated you the least. Meaning that there are other siblings, other children out there.
Well, no, she was just referring to the children of Thanos. The villains that we saw in Infinity.
Black Order.
Yeah, because that's what Thanos used to do. He used to go planet to planet, conquer it, and if he thought the kids were worthy, he would take them on as his own.
Well, maybe in that universe, he loved one of them more, and he sacrificed.
No. You're absolutely
no.
Absolutely right. It's very possible. He even did have a son named Thawne, an actual son named Thawne. You see him in the Ultimate Alliance video game. So he did have an actual kid. So I'm saying, yes, there is so many different ways it could have went. But if it is based off of the MCU, we can only go off of characters that we've had.
Right.
So it would have had to either be the children of Thanos, the Black Order, Gamora, or Nebula. Mm-hmm. And let's say it was Nebula. No problem. I don't need to look any more into it. Got it. But we don't know. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and I'm like, again, they could have just not shown Gamora. And no one would have questioned it. Everyone would have been like, okay, all right, it makes sense. Gamora was who he sacrificed. What up, Dom? How you doing, brother?
It's been a day.
Oh no, the way he even paused and everything.
That pause 100% was the damn, man.
Yeah,
come on tonight.
I had 2 interviews, went to the doctor in between both of them, and I'm still technically doing this the last day of this film festival. So I'm trying to like catch up on some movies and stuff. So
goodness gracious. Well,
man.
We appreciate that you popped on, man. We missed you last week. But yeah, we were just talking about how there was supposed to be 10 episodes. The 10th episode was supposed to be Gamora's episode. The reason why, and T, I didn't get a chance to say this to you, according to them, the reason we didn't get the 10th was because of COVID. Now, where I call bullshit is it's voice acting. You didn't actually have to be around anybody. You're in a booth, you say your lines, you go home. I'm thinking there was something in that 10th episode that either James Gunn had in his script for Guardians 3, or it's an idea that Feige looked at and said, maybe we could use that down the line somewhere. Maybe I don't want What If to be the first time someone sees this concept. I told Trayvon, it's possible we see that episode next season. Very possible. But I don't like that's an excuse Falcon and the Winter Soldier could have used. Like, oh, there was supposed to be 15 episodes, but we bundled it down because of COVID. I get that. But voiceover? Who are you coming in contact with?
Wasn't he started working on the script either again or started over this summer, didn't he, or something like that, didn't he?
Who, Gunn?
Yeah.
Like the script is done because
it's done now?
Karen Gillian said she read it. This was maybe a month ago. Tia, correct me if I'm wrong. I think in an article.
Maybe that's when things changed about What If.
That's what I'm saying. Because Karen Gillian said she read it and it brought her to tears.
I think multiple actors from Guardians 3 have said that it's so emotional. It's made them cry. We all know someone's dying. Yeah, someone's dying.
I'm telling you, it's Rocket. Get ready.
You need.
It's Rocket and Drax. It's Rocket and Drax.
It is 100.
Drax is gone.
It's 100% Drax too. I don't disagree with you, Joanne, that Rocket could die. But the fact that Dave Bautista has been sitting there saying, like, this is it over for me. Because you really haven't heard Chris Pratt say something like that. You haven't really heard Karen or, Zoe Saldana say something like that. But you have heard Dave Bautista on like every interview. It's like, yeah, Guardians 3, but it's my last time. Like, get used to it. I'm done. Goodbye, Marvel.
Now, to be fair, I think Dave's interest in walking away is because of his loyalty to James. So I think that's kind of just bundled with the fact that it seems like James is done after 3. James has no interest in continuing Guardians.
Which I
think Batista kind of just wants to go with him. I think he kind of just wants to.
Well, and it's like, I understand, like, and I'm sorry, I know this is like so off track, but it's like, I understood Dave's loyalty like 100% with James Gunn's firing. I was like, that's his friend. He's standing by him. But this is more of like James, is like the Russo brothers, right? Mm-hmm. Deciding, hey, like, we did this great thing. We're now going to step away because we did what we did. Imagine if like every single actor who was in the Avengers movie and stuff is like, if the Russo brothers aren't around, I don't want to do it. It's like, I get it, Dave, but also like, what if there was more work for you? It's like, I get it, you're like getting all this work elsewhere, but it's like, what if like you really had the opportunity to do a really great thing with Drax in a team up movie later on.
I also feel like this was his biggest. Was it just like his first big role?
It was. This is his big thing
by James, because of James.
Exactly, Trayvon. That's the point. His loyalty to James, I respect it, because when James,
but isn't it technically? I'm sorry again.
No, go ahead. No.
I get James, but also then technically, who goes above that? Isn't that Marvel?
I don't know. I don't know if Feige is. I don't know if he signs off on every casting. I know the casting lady over there, but I think it's mostly the director and whoever the casting director is. And Feige is kind of just more so like, okay, it's not like Feige's looking through with. Again, I don't know this. I don't know this. I'm not a part of any of these meetings, but James seemed very smitten with Dave, the same way Jon Favreau was very smitten with Robert. Right. And that took a lot of coaching people to get them to say yes to that. Right. So, I mean, look, I respect it. If Dave feels as though the only way a good Drax story can be told is by the guy who crafted the first MCU Drax story, I respect it. I think part of it also is he really wants to go be Bane over in a Suicide Squad movie with James.
He is another DC project, remember? He said that very vaguely.
Yep. But look, to me, Guardians is a interchangeable piece. I told you guys before, if Rocket goes or if Drax goes, I want Nova to join. Remember, Adam Strange is being created. Adam Strange MCU could decide to make him a good guy. He could be someone who joins the Guardians. So it is something that you could kind of mix up the roster. It doesn't have to be the ones that we know them to be all the time. So that's why I don't think Drax will die. I think it's possible Drax could just say, you know what? Because remember, the only reason he joined was to kill Thanos. Thanos is dead. So I could see him just helping Quill find Gamora and doing this one last mission. And then maybe saying, I don't want to have to do this anymore. There's no need for Drax to destroy it.
It could be that, or he could possibly die trying to find Gamora, and he's at peace with it because that means seeing his wife and daughter. I don't mind that it would be an interchangeable thing, because it's like in the first Guardians we had one group, and the second Guardians we did add Mantis, and I do count Nebula as a part of the Guardians. It's like it just added, and we got great new characters. So, but still, that rocket dying, I don't like that.
To me, it's the only thing that I think could really hit the hardest, because we've seen Drax disappear, die. We've seen Groot disappear, die. Gamora has died. We've seen an alternate Nebula die. So it's like you're running out of people. Like the only person who didn't die was our Nebula and Rocket. That was it. So to me, we don't need to see Nebula die again. We saw that in Endgame. Rocket, and he's the only person whose story we don't have enough background on. So I could see the third movie being about Rocket, and then ultimately being his exit. I'm with you. Trust me. I don't want it, because as soon as Disney bought Fox, the first thing I said was Rocket and Deadpool would be the funniest shit ever. And now you're bringing in Hit Monkey. You got Howard the Duck. There's just so many creatures that Rocket could interact with, and we can have like an animal Avengers team. So trust me, I don't want Rocket to go anywhere, but it's really the only one that could hit hard enough that people would actually care about. Because everybody else you kind of just saw disappear before. So it's like, well, do I really care about Drax? Do I really care about if Mantis were to die? I don't think so. That Rocket.
For me, Guardians, I don't want it to be just about finding Gamora, which I don't understand where she went. That's never a problem with that. Them searching for it. Anyway.
Elaborate. Why?
Why are they searching for her? She was there. Where did she go?
Well, remember, she left because she's not from that time, so she had never joined them, so she doesn't know them.
She doesn't have the emotional attachment to someone like.
Not only that, she just doesn't know who they are. She hasn't met them yet. In that timeline, it was right before she met them. So she doesn't know who they are. So she's probably looking to go off and continue on her life. And to Quill, he's like, no. I'm gonna find you and force you to remember that you love me.
That sounds really creepy. So
It
let's
does.
not.
That's what I'm saying. Like she doesn't know
technically,
them, and
that's
they're
what Quill's-
chasing her.
Technically,
like-
that's what Quill's about to go do. He's like, no. You need to come back and remember you love me. And it's like,
Well, maybe it's
but
not
she
that.
never
maybe,
did. But she
maybe
never
it's
did.
like maybe
yet.
it's like Nebula is like, we need to have our like sisterly relationship here, and you're not alone, and blah 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 blah. Because
Okay.
Gamora went through all
Okay.
this like great emotional
Okay.
like
I like
arc and shit through the Guardians movies to show that like she's actually cared about by people, and maybe
Okay.
Nebula wants to give her that.
Okay.
that's very possible.
I could take
But
that.
we're
Yeah,
not
that
going
doesn't
to ignore the fact that Endgame ended with Quill looking for Gamora. That is clearly the premise. Quill wants his girl back. That is 100% the truth.
Not his girl.
He just wants to make sure she's okay.
We'll go with that tame route. Yes, he just wants to make sure she's okay.
Maybe
Go ahead, Dom.
maybe this is why we didn't get an episode in What If, because maybe this, if she returns or disappears, goes back to wherever she's gonna go, Thanos is not around. Maybe this is how she becomes like the daughter who killed, or the one who killed Thanos, or whatever her title is now. Maybe that's why they didn't show that episode, because that maybe that's a storyline that they kind of play with a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, look, she could have been lying to Nebula when she was just like, hey, we don't have to do what he says. Let's just let's go out against them.
Gamora becomes like Shang-Chi's sister at the end of Shang-Chi, where she's like, let me deflect from myself and then become this like badass empire and everything like that. And they're like, oh shit, no, Gamora, you're doing too much. Let's
I mean,
reel it
look,
back.
Gamora could team up with I can't remember the name of the planet, but the Golden People, and maybe she is who ignites Adam Strange. Maybe they hire Gamora to take out the Guardians. There's so many different ways you can go, but the whole movie won't be about finding Gamora. I think they'll find her relatively quickly. It'll be about trying to reignite the love between the group, between the entire family that they had. Because I believe Adam Strange is probably going to be your big villain in that movie. So it'll be about that. No way. James Gunn better not write a script that doesn't have Adam Strange in it. That was your end credit scene.
Yeah, but that was the end credit scene like so many years ago, before James Gunn got fired and all that. So it's like, who knows where James Gunn's like head was creating the script, after all this drama happened. I agree, Joanne. Like you set it up. I mean, we all got excited. I don't even know who the hell this character is, and I got excited. Adam
Strange is a very powerful character who deals in somewhat mystic arts also. So Adam Strange is someone that would be interesting to see interact with Strange or Wong down the line. He's not OP, but he's not far from it. Sentry is probably the most OP character in all of Marvel. I mean, Sentry is essentially like if Goku and Superman had a baby. That's Sentry. So it's just ridiculous. But anyway, let's read some of these comments. I want to welcome in Jamie. What's up, Jamie?
Hi, hello everybody. Glad to be here. Absolutely. I'm tired, but I'm here. I'm glad to be here.
I'm feeling it too. Yeah. Let's see. Listener Jim said, "What's up, Listener Jim? I wanted the Watcher to have more of a role in the final battle."
I agree.
To me, I think it was his way of kind of saying, my oath is to not get involved. I'm not willing to fully break that. I'm willing to break it enough to just meddle in assembling what needs to be done to get the job done. But I'm not, no. I fought him hand to hand, and I no. No, he got his ass whooped. So I could see him. You know what? Uatu is the MCU version of getting beat up at school and saying, I'm gonna go tell my brother. I'm gonna tell my brother gonna beat you up. That's what he did. He went and he got a whole bunch of his brothers and sisters, and they came back and beat up the kid at the playground. But that's why that's why he wasn't trying to get his hands dirty anymore.
Did anybody have any problems with the choices, the characters that they picked for this?
Anybody? Jump in. Anybody?
I know my stepson was like, why didn't they pick Spider-Man? I was like, bro, I don't know.
I was kind of thinking, because they were going through the different universes and stuff, I'm like, what happened to the other characters like T'Challa with the one leg and Peter? They were like on a jet going somewhere. So I don't know. I thought that there would have been a little bit of interaction with that. Or possibly even zombie Thanos. We didn't see him at all. I don't know.
Or more powerful characters.
Or Captain Marvel.
More powerful characters.
Well, to be fair, Trayvon,
could fly.
I'm
just saying.
That's true.
I'm just saying. Like, I'm just saying. Like,
I think he wanted. It seemed like he wanted soldiers. Everybody that he picked is kind of soldier-like, and I feel like he was like, they'll fall in line for what I say.
I guess a cosmic being.
Also, we also have to remember this. It was very obvious this was the team he was going to assemble as you're watching the episodes. It's who these episodes were about. Yeah. So that was very obvious. Again, if you get Captain Marvel, it's like saying, oh man, Ultron's here. Now we know of the Eternals. Why not just get the Eternals? Well, the Eternals could obliterate Ultron by himself.
She couldn't beat him before, remember?
But think about it. You would have only needed Captain Marvel and Doctor Strange. Between the two of them and maybe Natasha being like, stealthy, could have gotten the job done. So it's like you needed a team. You can't just have someone super OP and then say add her to the team. And she's more than enough. You know what I'm saying? Star-Lord shoots guns. You didn't really need him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like there was a reason why this team was assembled. Just saying.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
I'm not saying anything about that. I'm glad Star-Lord was there. That's all I'm saying. That's it.
I was telling Trayvon, he had asked me before, why would you put Killmonger on your team? And I was telling him because Uatu saw this and he needed somebody that could help get the stones isolated enough to freeze them. So you needed the tug of war. You needed that tug of war. And once you got it, you could freeze them. No one else there was going to. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jamie.
I was saying he set him up.
Right. Essentially. Right. So like there was nothing Killmonger. Like, remember, Uatu is a guy who can watch. So when he was tinkering with Ultron, you think Uatu didn't see that? Uatu was just like, good. That's exactly what I need you to do.
Killmonger should have died as soon as the stones hit him.
Yeah, I was kind of like, how is he able to withstand all of that? Because, Tony died from just, I don't know.
It took the Hulk down. It took the Hulk down.
Did he use it?
He started using it.
Yeah.
He started
doing his Goku like,
yeah, like.
Wait, hold on.
He should have died.
Didn't he have some kind of armor on?
But
he had the
Ultron on, basically.
Yeah, like the Ultron
armor. I mean, look, I think Tony snapping is what killed him more so than just having them. So I think him having that armor probably added an element to it being able to withstand it. Who knows? Maybe if he used it, it would have killed him. I don't know. Again, loopholes. The loopholes you guys were telling me that I shouldn't worry about.
I saw was Hulk and him screaming by just getting him on his arm. Like,
yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Let's see what else we got here. Mr. E says, while my prediction of Uatu calling his Watcher homies to jump Ultron 10 didn't come true. This was a decent episode. Rushed, but decent. Dom, I'll start with you. Did you feel as though it was rushed?
A little bit. I do. I like the episode, but I did feel like there was something missing. I didn't feel the completeness. I didn't feel like that sense of like, oh man, that was such a great ending. It just felt like, I don't know, like what Corey Matthews say, a goobois. That's what it felt like to me. I was like, it's missing something. There's some season. It's unseasoned chicken. That's what it was, man. It needed.
Wow. Okay. Okay. All right. Dom's saying the episode was edible, but not that much. Yeah. Not that edible. Wow. I don't even know. Look, all right, Tia, you're gonna have to try to top that.
I'm gonna have to try and top that. I mean,
you have to try to top that. Did you?
Why do I always gotta go after Dom?
Hey, Tia.
I can't follow that up.
Hey, it's how it goes, Tia. No, but did you feel as though the episode was rushed?
Of course. But I don't say that necessarily in an insulting way. I think that it was the only way that it was going to be, right? Because yeah, we had a whole season of things. First of all, we didn't know that any of this was leading up to anything. For the most part, it all seemed like individual stories. And then finally it was like the second to last episode, it's like, oh shit, something's actually coming after that. There's going to be a direct response to this. And then you have the last episode, it's like, oh, now we have to bring everyone together. And it's not like the first Avengers where you're just bringing like a few people together from the same Earth. You're bringing all these people together from different worlds. So it's like, and it's not even like the Avengers movie where it's 2 hours and something change. It's like 20 minutes. Yes, it's 35 minutes on the thing, but there's like 10 minutes worth of credits, you know? So it's like, in order to achieve that, it was going to be rushed no matter what. But that's how I feel all of these episodes have been, because they've been short. They are cartoons. There's kind of that like suspended in cartoons. I feel like things do happen really fast. There's not really that need to slow things down necessarily. It's like just the understanding that it's moving quickly. So I don't say that it was rushed feeling in a bad way. I feel as if there was no other way for it to be.
Okay.
See, I agree with literally almost everything you said, except for Star Wars Clone Wars was only 30 minutes, and I got so much juice out of that cartoon.
Not everything could be Star Wars, the Clone
I'm
Wars.
just saying, things should be complete, and it kind of just felt like
there were filler episodes in that too.
Wait, say it again.
There are filler episodes in that too. There are
no, for sure. But you never felt this on episode was rushed. It literally was a very. Trayvon, have you finished Star Wars: The Clone Wars?
No, but I watched some of it, and that's enough.
How much have you watched, Trayvon?
He's like, I've watched one episode.
The only reason why I say that is once you complete the whole thing, you can address it better to see if it was rushed, because it's a complete arc. It's one huge arc. So until you get all the way to the end, it never really stops. So once you complete it, then you can say, "Oh, hell yeah, you rushed it here. Why'd you get here so fast?" But if you go season by season, of course, it'll look rushed. But in totality, things always place themselves. Trust me, I go back and watch this shit religiously. But to me, I kind of felt as though they were relying too heavily on, look, it's a what if. Don't look too deep. It's what if you got the actual stories. We're not infringing on the actual stories. Don't look too deep. Problem is, we're not stupid.
Gonna do that, yeah.
So it's like, it's not even like we're taking a magnifying glass and looking at. No, it's like evident. You had, you know what I'm saying? It's glaring. So
how could they say that? How could they say that and then say that like some of these things may or may not end up in the MCU? Like, it's going to get criticized or critiqued in some way. So
right. I was just telling them, Jamie, before you came on, there's rumors that the Ultron drones could be in Multiverse of Madness. There's rumors Peggy as Captain Carter could be in Multiverse of Madness. So I'm like, if any of those things are true, it's canon, and you should have done a better job making it more cohesive. Because it wasn't just loose things you were throwing at the wall. That's why I said, what if maybe shouldn't have been based off of the MCU? It should have just been based off of Marvel stories.
Right.
Because to me, the only loose thread that we need is characters. And we've seen all these characters. So just give us a what if Iron Man story, a what if Thor story, but it doesn't have to be based off of the stories we got in the MCU.
Right.
That way there's nothing that we're holding you to, because you're legit just having fun with it. But when you base it off of something we've seen, cohesion has to be just somewhat in there. Somewhat.
So we have our knowledge of all the movies. We're going to compare it. So
because we know it. You're only twisting something we already know.
Yeah. Can I tell you one scene in particular that I felt was real? And this is what I mean with like in cartoons, like that there's that rushed acceptance. At the very end of it, where Natasha's like, yeah, all these people have places to go. I literally have no place to go. And Nuwata's like, cool, I'm just going to pluck you and put you in this other universe and everything. And Nick Fury's like, you're not my Natasha, but it's okay. I'm sure you're cool and everything. And like goes about, and I'm just like that whole. I was like, wait.
Actually,
That's
to me,
so.
I actually liked it because the only reason he did that was it took finding a universe that legit had no Natasha. Like, I can't pluck you in a universe where you already exist. So there's this one universe I know of that does not have one. And I think Fury I think he was alluding to, well, my Natasha died. So clearly you're not that Natasha.
Right.
No,
But you
I understand.
to have the same spirit of her.
No, I understand that he knew that. It was just like none of the whole, where did you come from?
Oh,
it is. It's like,
fair.
you know, shit
Well,
like that. Like who, what? It's like,
I will
don't
say
know,
they
for
were
a
in the middle
spy,
of a
I feel like
fight.
he needs to know.
Yeah, they were in the middle of the first Avengers, and
I
you
guess
notice there was another character that was
Look,
there
Tia,
that I loved.
Tia, I'm with you because as someone who watched *Malignant*, the way that movie ended, the fact that the person that was behind everything could just freely walk away after all that murder and chaos, I was sitting there just like,
spoiler alert, I haven't seen it yet.
No. I was just about to say, I didn't tell you who did anything. But just walking away from it, just like, yeah, whatever. And everyone's just watching the person leave. I'm like, bro, no one wants to slap handcuffs on. No one after all that murder. So to me, I'm with you. It was very much just like,
I mean, they let Wanda walk away. I'm just joking.
Well, I mean,
but to be fair,
Wanda did nothing wrong.
I think it was more fear. I think all those soldiers just watched what Wanda did without even knowing she did it, and they were just like, "Oh, hell no!"
They were like, "I don't get paid enough for this at all."
That's like, I want you to go arrest somebody in a tank. Like, you can do that, right?
Yeah, like no, come on.
I don't get paid enough for that.
I love those little moments in the MCU when like it's revealed that people are actually human. Like, what was it, Avengers 2? And like that one guy's like, I hate this place. These people are so weird and everything. Please don't hurt me. Like when Tony and stuff got to. So it's like, I love that. Like the soldiers just didn't care. They're like, no. I don't even get medical benefits. So no.
No, that's actually hilarious. One thing I didn't understand of this episode, and I'm going to pass it to you, Jamie, was the end credit scene of Peggy finding that Steve was still alive. That just was a little confusing to me because I'm like, excuse me, Steve didn't have any super soldier serum in him. So unless you're telling me, maybe he does, but then that still doesn't make sense. Why would he need the Hydra Stomper? No. To me, it's like, unless you open that and you literally see him just decrepit and old, that made absolutely no sense. Remember, because in an alternate universe, remember, in our MCU, when Steve visited Peggy in present day, she was old as hell, and then she just died.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, shouldn't Steve be old as hell? How is he still operating the Hydra Stomper? How is he not like, I can barely move my hands? So I didn't really understand that being an end credit scene, because I'm like, well, what are you teeing up here? I don't understand. Are you teeing up that Captain Marvel is going to be in the MCU? But that wouldn't make sense because you just crowned a new Captain America. I don't need two people with shields. It's redundant. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I didn't really understand what it was setting up. How did you view that end credit scene, Jamie?
I very similar to you. I was confused as to what was going on with Steve, because I'm like, if he's in there, he would have to be really old, like it was in the MCU. And if he's not really old, why isn't he really old? Why is he stuck in this box inside of the Hydra Stomper? Why didn't anybody let him out? I don't know. I have a lot of questions about it. I don't know what they could possibly be like teeing up with that, just because it's so odd. It's just such an odd end credit scene. But I'm glad that, like, you know, maybe something will work out for Peggy, but I don't know. That was just really weird.
I mean, I get the significance of it because it's like, oh, she gets to see her guy again. I get that. But to me, I'm like, that's not an end credit scene. Like, could you picture if an end credit scene of Iron Man, like you had to sit through the whole credits, and the end credit scene was Pepper walking in and her and Tony kissing. And it's like, whoa, you made me sit through all the credits for that? That's not an end credit scene. You could have just put that in like the last 5 seconds of the movie. So to me, making that an end credit scene was kind of just like, why wasn't that just part of everything else at the end of the episode? Why was that supposed to be special? Again, maybe that pops up down the line, like in season 2, maybe it pays off there. So no problem. But as someone who doesn't know, I'm just curious, why would you put it there for? I don't understand its significance. So it confused me.
Was Steve tall enough to like have his face fit into the Hydra Stomper mask? Because it looked like it was empty.
I don't remember. See, I think it was kind of like how what's his name works the robot in Stargirl, where he's just in like the chest piece. I don't think his head goes up to the headpiece.
How does he see?
No, it reminded. I think
there's like a system in there.
I think in his first in the first episode of the Captain Carter, I thought it looked like how when Bruce Banner was operating, what is that?
Hulkbuster.
Yeah, the Hulkbuster in Infinity War.
Like, his head was up there.
But that's what it looked like, I think, with Steve.
Okay.
Yeah, because it didn't look like anybody was in the suit when we saw the scene. So that's why I'm like, maybe Steve's not in it. But then why would she just take her to an empty suit of armor instead of going to see Steve?
I also thought it was weird that she didn't open it. They were looking at him through a glass. And it was just like, no one wanted to open it.
Imagine if it was like,
I was weird too.
Imagine if it was like really messed up and it was like, hey, we found like Steve's body in here.
She did say
right. That's what I'm saying. I'm picturing like the deleted scene is they open it and Steve's dead. He's like, I suffocated to death. No one opened this damn thing. I died in here. Go ahead, Trayvon. What were you saying?
Oh, I was just saying, I mean, she did say prepare yourself. But I don't know. I guess the fanboy in me, I was like, ooh, is he Winter Soldier now? Ooh, I don't know. That's where my mind went. But then now you guys are talking about it, now I'm starting to think about it, like, why would he be in there? Why?
I mean, if it was Winter Soldier, if it was Winter Soldier, Natasha was too like playful.
My mind just
she was too playful for that.
See, what would have been
more serious.
I feel like it would have been better if because the suit looked empty, that like maybe she's like, oh my god, that's the Hydra Stomper, and then Natasha's like, yeah, where's Steve? And then that could have been like a cool end credit scene, because like it didn't look like he was in there. And if he isn't there, then he definitely shrunk. I don't know what he's been doing, but
it seemed like she knew the entire time that they were gonna find Steve, because she kept hinting at like, is that your kind of guy? Oh, he's not your kind of guy. And I'm like, what is this whole Tinder dating profile thing that's going on with her?
Just a copy of Winter Soldier.
I was about to pose it to you, Tio. Because I think that was the best interaction of Cap and anybody, was Cap and Natasha playing off of each other in Winter Soldier. And I love how this reversed it. And it's now Peggy and Natasha. And Natasha's just like, I know this guy in accounting. And she's just like, that never is a way to start off anything. I know this guy from accounting. So how did you like the BFF relationship between Peggy and Natasha? Because we know in the MCU that was deeper for Steve and Natasha. That wasn't just we're really good friends. Yeah. They definitely did something during 100%. There's nothing weirder than when Bruce arrived and he was just like, "Hey, Nat," and she was just like, "Oh, hey, Bruce."
Shit.
Like,
have you guys been?
Wow.
I know this is like so off topic, but have you guys been seeing on like TikTok and stuff like the couch guy memes and shit like that? No. It's this like TikTok of this girl like going to visit her boyfriend in college, and he's like sitting there with like 2 girls, and like everyone's like saying that. Yeah. So it's like that's how that scene in Infinity War played out. Like, okay, this is awkward. Even Sam said it's awkward.
I was just about to say that. That's what made that scene hilarious. Was I just took it as Natasha's shocked to see Bruce.
Yeah,
I didn't take it as Natasha's just like, oh, I really hope he doesn't think this is something anymore. Like, I got Pat now. Like, I don't need you.
Please, I've been a Romanager shipper since the first Avengers.
Romanager?
So
Romanager. Oh
that's
my god.
accepted.
Okay.
That's the accepted shipping name. All right.
Wow.
Wow.
Sorry.
That sounds a little
John.
aggressive.
No, I was gonna say Romanager. we got Romanager in the MCR, and Jamie gave us Vashon. So we've been getting some really cool names out here. Some really cool names. But no, Tia. So to go back to the question, like, how much did you enjoy, or did you enjoy rather, the relationship between Natasha and Peggy?
Oh, I 100% enjoyed that because we never got to see the two interact in the MCU for obvious reasons. And I kind of like seeing the like playfulness of, you know, the reverse, you know, because in the Winter Soldier, you know, we had the questions and everything, but because we all knew something was going on, it was like that little like underlying, you know, tension between them. But with Peggy and Widow, it's like it's just, to me, like how two girls who are, you know, BFFs and everything would kind of interact with each other, and I really enjoyed seeing that. So I loved it. I would never think of like them as BFFs, but I'm very glad to What If for giving us that.
Yeah, and first of all, backdrop, that guy knows how to get a paycheck. He was just like, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, yes. What If, yes. Anything else, yes. Find a way to put me in it so I can make money. But I love,
kind of weird. Did anybody else think he looked like different? Like I almost thought he looked like either light skin or I don't know. His ethnicity changed.
Yeah, he even kind of dug more into like the French tropes. He was more like a mustache twirling villain in this than we remember him to be. But what I love most about the interaction between Peggy and Natasha at the opening or at the beginning of the episode was, if you guys remember, Steve was telling Natasha, enough joking around. Like, this is serious, you know, even when he caught her, you know, doing the stuff on the computer. But Peggy and Natasha was more so, they were both having so much fun. Like, neither one of them seemed like they took any of that mission serious. They were kind of just like, we're going to get in here, we're going to kick their ass, and we're going to head out. Sorry.
I would want to see if she had got that far to the room where Natasha was, you know, with the flash drive thing, and see if she reacted to that. Like, would she still be so playful, or was she to be like, "What the hell are you doing?" like, come on now.
The Hydra Stomper thing is after that, right? So maybe she didn't care if the scene did play out the same way, or I don't know.
Maybe, yeah. You just can't help it. Since I've seen Winter Soldier a million times, like I just like, I remember this movie very clearly. Like what happened here? Yeah, I kind of want to see a whole movie of that, just see how it worked out with her. I love Peggy. I love the show, and I love the Winter Soldier movie. So I would love to see her do that throughout. So
yeah, for all like the loopholes that What If has, I love Captain Carter.
Yeah.
Like to me, even if we don't necessarily agree that like the name is the best, right. I think we've said multiple times it should be Captain Britain, but either way, I think Peggy's doing an amazing job.
Yeah. I mean, look, I wouldn't mind. Excuse me. I don't mind the name now. I was just saying it kind of didn't make sense because Captain America is representing America, but she's not from America, but she's in America. So it's like, well, why didn't you name her Captain America? Why is it Captain Carter? It just didn't make sense.
And the fact that she's not wearing the American,
right?
That's
like,
British.
Well, you're not defending the British, but you also refuse to take on the name America. It just was very confusing. But I don't dislike the name. It just made no sense because I don't recall people saying, "Oh, look, that's Captain Rogers." No, that's Captain America, bro. Like, no, you know?
I think if they said it, it was like very few and far in between.
Right.
Because I think they have said it, but I think it's like 5% of the time.
See, I know people have called him Rogers. I don't recall hearing Captain Rogers.
I think in the first Avenger, Tommy Lee Jones's character, I think, refers to him as Captain Rogers at some point.
Okay. All right, let's see what else we got here, because this is a crazy episode. Mr. E says Strange will forever be in prison for the rest of his life, but hey, at least he has TV, so that's something. I tell you what, I would never want that kind of responsibility. Picture taking a nap and waking up, and that whole sphere is broken, and they're gone, and you're just like, oh shit.
If he doesn't go ahead and suspend them with the time stone and move about his business, like that's what I would do.
Wait, I'm glad you mentioned that, Trayvon.
I would just use it and be like, I'm gone. Like,
I'm glad you mentioned that. I want to go to you, Trayvon, for this. I love that moment where Ultron is using the time stone, and then he looks over and he's just like, oh, goddamn, you doing it too? And he's just like, yeah. He's like, oh, okay. What were your thoughts, Trayvon, in that battle between Ultron and, by the way, speaking of bad names, Guardians of the Multiverse? Like, you're just not even trying at this point. What is that? But did you enjoy the fight sequences, Trayvon, between the Guardians and Ultron?
Yeah, I really did. I mean, like I said, Winter Soldier. I'm sorry. That part where Natasha had her shield and Peggy had her shield, it was just fun. I was like, "This is great. This is great." She was like, "Don't even let him think." I was like, "That's right. That's right. Don't let him think. Tear him up. No seconds wasted." Yeah, I love that when they then knocked them over, and I mean, he was really getting his ass handed to him for a minute there. Like, I was like, okay, maybe they can't fight. Maybe this was a good team to pick. That's when I started. At first, I was like, "What? Who? Why? What do you pick these people for? What? None of these people can fly. Like, what's going on? Like, no energy blast. Like, what's going on?
None of them can fly."
I'm picturing Trayvon is Strange Supreme
at 4:00 in the morning.
And when Uatu brings the team there, all you hear Trayvon walking in with his cape is Strange Supreme. Oh hell nah! What is this? What are these people? Where's Captain Marvel? Where's the people that can fly? Like the people that matter, Uatu. Ain't nobody can fly here.
I couldn't like, especially when they had to get up there.
Technically fly? Like
he levitates.
Okay, true.
Just like Thor technically usually does not fly without his hammer.
True.
Yeah. So really, no, they didn't really have anyone that could fly. Because
they had to get up to him. That was another thing.
Has
rocket boots.
Rocket boots, right? So technically, Trayvon's making a point. They didn't have no true flyers.
Why? Like,
because apparently only you need that as a requirement. Trayvon.
No, it's not that. Come on, it made common sense to me. I was okay. He's gonna go get Captain Marvel, right? That's where he's going, right? No. Oh, okay. Then what's the point? Like, don't you need somebody that can actually fight him? Or get up there to him with no effort. Like we have to go all the buildings, find a building that has a cliff off of it, jump off of it. You don't need all that. I'm just saying, come on. And Thor is, why'd you pick that Thor? Like this Thor is
Vegas
trash. Like this Thor is trash. Like, why I pick this? Like this was not the one you want in the battle, for real. Like this is not it. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I said, it was a fun battle. I just couldn't help thinking about these are the wrong people to pick. I was like, why Killmonger? He's gonna betray them eventually, and he did. I was like, Captain Carter, cool. I love seeing her, but really, I mean, no. And I was like, just more people could have picked.
Give them a chance, Trayvon. They did it.
Barely.
Does this mean that from what we've seen now, does this mean that Killmonger is one of the most formidable villains that we've had so far? Because no matter what you do, he finds a way to fuck things up for everybody else.
Yeah, Killmonger is probably one of those unkillable guys that you're just like, bro, didn't I kill you yesterday? How are you here again? He's just like, you
one of those guys you
fully kill you. What is that? Like, what do you mean? I thought I did it. Yeah, Killmonger. Hey, it's funny because you guys mentioned this, but I think someone in the episode actually said it. I believe Strange Supreme was talking to Thor. Part of me was just like, oh, that's racist as hell, Steven. But Strange did look over at Killmonger and go, I don't trust him, do you? He's like, You're not gonna ask that about nobody else. Like, he's sitting there minding his business, and he just looked over and went, hell nah. What you doing over there? It's like, Steven, stop it.
Well, Steve, and then he said he the one that helped them pick them, and I was like, y'all sat down and like, this the list? You know, it's fine. Y'all sat down and be like, we can get anybody from anywhere.
Right.
This is y'all pick. I'm sorry, I just have a problem with that.
What a bunch of a-holes.
That is the truth. But look, again, it worked. So look, it turned out.
I would have rather pick Iron Man. To take the truth.
Apparently, they did not want him living and breathing. Trayvon,
No.
Did you not catch the drift?
That's like the rule now.
Oh, you know what?
In Marvel, Tony cannot live.
The Iron Man that was hanging out with Gamora, I wanted to see more of him because his suit was really cool.
Yeah, he got it. He went to Sakaar. He went to Sakaar cool. Like Thor and Banner did. And, you know, he got his suit some tats.
Yeah, he got swagged up.
Yeah, he got swagged up. You know, he turned into Daddy Stark, and then they were just like, "Nope, I'm taking Gamora. You stay here."
He picked Gamora for her little machine. That's the only reason he picked Gamora.
Only for her machine.
Hope she knows that.
Let me say this.
I honestly
inconsistencies. This is an inconsistency. The stones work in any multiverse, but the destroyer of the stones works in the one universe it was made in.
Right. That was stupid.
Yeah, I was kind of looking more like, huh? But I thought that the machine, I thought that Gamora lied, actually. I thought she was going to kind of
myself.
Yeah, I thought she was kind of going to become like a Thanos-like figure, and the machine was not going to destroy them. It was going to like absorb them and then turn into something that she could use. And I was disappointed only because of like the whole, oh no, my machine can't break rocks that weren't made in my universe. No. I'm like, what? Are you for real?
I mean, because to me, it just made no sense. It was just like, wait, no, come on. You guys are just doing that just for the sake of the story. That can't make sense.
So she was literally there for nothing.
Anywhere but the machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
she looked cool doing it.
She did.
Sure that did. One slash she did was really cool. Yeah.
And I will say this. Ultron did look scared as hell. He was like, wait, does this work? It don't. That's what you get. It don't work. He was scared.
She got a slash in for her dad in another universe.
Right. He was scared for a second though. I got to give Gamora a little bit of credit.
He's like, oh, this is what it feels like. Oh, but it did nothing.
Like, wait a minute. It don't work. Okay.
It really was like the misfits going up against the big bad. You know, the party Thor, the Strange that literally like destroyed his own universe. You know, billions and billions and trillions of people died. You know, but we look over that. And literally, and a literal Nazi, like a literal Nazi. It's like Marvel was like, who's going to help save the day? A Nazi. And it's like, why did we do this, Marvel?
It's why did we do this? It can work. Of course that can work. And it's just like, bro, you guys didn't think this out. You really didn't.
You didn't think
you really did not think this out. I mean, look, if we're being honest, Trayvon made a great point.
No flyers.
Uatu looked right at Captain Marvel and just went, no.
Oh, and she was in that universe that he put Natasha in, and everybody know that she was fighting with the Avengers. I really love that. Yep. I love that. Yep. I was like, oh, she in the first Avenger? Yes. Or the first Avengers movie.
I did love seeing Loki again at the end. That was like a cool, like,
he could have picked him. You could have brought him. Like,
hell no.
You did Killmonger.
Why not?
You did Killmonger. Why not Loki?
Why not? I would. He held
when he was good already. In Thor
Ragnarok, he fought alongside the good guys and everything. Why not have Loki fight for the world?
Wait, did he not try to betray Thor before Thor said,
Yeah, but you picked Killmonger. You picked Killmonger.
That's because
Sorry.
he couldn't help himself. You know, he has a condition.
I don't want that on
says he
my.
has a condition.
And honestly,
Why
Watson
would you
should
want
just been on the team.
Killmonger? What'd you say?
Watson should have just been on the team anyway. Like, why are you standing there watching? Like, go away.
Because he's the Watcher.
He's an idiot.
He's
Because
Zordon,
Trayvon-
they're the Power Rangers.
Because Trayvon, he had already shown
Zordon had
he
an
got
excuse.
hands.
He couldn't fight. Okay.
Apparently, Uatu couldn't fight either.
He could
Uatu
fight.
got
We
beat
saw
so
him.
bad.
We saw him power up. Don't do that.
Trayvon, the first thing Uatu did was cry. He was sitting there crying, going, Strange.
Oh, no.
He was like, Strange, look, look, you got to help me, dog. Like, I did not know his hands was like that. Like, goodness gracious. He couldn't fight.
I did love the
Hey,
protection spells
Time out.
and all
Hold
that
on,
stuff.
Trayvon. No,
Yeah,
time out.
yeah.
As a Power Rangers fan, I don't ever see you telling Alpha to suit up and go fight.
Are you serious right now?
Yeah, why?
Alpha is a robot
Oh.
in the command center.
No,
We are
no,
not
he got
doing this.
functions.
He does not those kind of functions. You
Well,
are not
look,
about to do this.
Look,
No,
get hands.
it's
You know
not
what
the
I'm saying?
same.
Get hands.
It's not the same.
Got the nerve
No.
to come at
This is
poor
not the
Uatu
same.
when Alpha's sitting there doing nothing all day.
Ay, ay, ay.
Yeah, aye.
Uatu was fighting. He has powers. He flies and all that other shit he was doing in the last episode.
Bruh,
We're not gonna act like I'm at like I forgot.
Trayvon just wanted a flyer. He was
Time out.
like,
I bet you right now, Trayvon. I bet you right now, if Wally rolled up to Alpha, Alpha got those hands for Wally. I guarantee you. Underneath all that interior, I bet you he can fight. I guarantee you. Got the nerve to call out Uatu. How dare you? Goodness gracious.
And I did just go back and look at the end of the first episode, which
Mhm.
kind of, I guess, gives more credence to this end credit scene, because when she went to the portal, came back out 70 years later, and Steve, like Nick just said, it's just 70 years later, the war is over. So they never said what happened to Steve. So maybe he got recruited and they did something with him. So it was open ended.
He became
Very
a
much
computer
so.
program.
But then, if that was the case and he was already kind of a part of it, I'm pretty sure somebody would have been like, oh, is this the Steve you were talking about? Yeah, we got his Hydra Stomper in a museum or in this box. Do you want to check it out? Or like, yeah, he's hanging out in the old folks' home. Like, you want to go say hi? Or I don't know.
No, you make a great point. Again,
That's a good point.
my only issue is when you see him, or we don't see him, we see the suit, right? So I'm like, you see the suit, and it's just like, well, is he in it? Like, is he in it? Is he alive in it? Is he old in it? Again, that's a small little thing, but look, it piqued my interest to where I was just like, that didn't really make any sense. Why was
Maybe
that?
he's just the head. Maybe he's just the head in the jar.
That could be it. That actually could be it. Not even trying to be funny. That really could be it. Just a little floating head just sitting there.
Oh, no.
He's the new Jarvis. The Steve
Yep,
innovated
that's probably
into
what
it.
it is.
Oh, gosh.
That's probably exactly what it is. He took Jarvis's job. Said, give me your job, fool. All right, let's see what else we got here. Mr. E says the Ultimates would have been a better name. I agree. All the real heavy hitters hadn't been introduced yet. That is true. But Mr. E, there's just one thing you got to understand about Trayvon. Trayvon only cares about Captain Marvel. So you don't have to say heavy hitters. He only cares about the one heavy hitter.
Peggy.
That is not true.
Trayvon,
I thought the
that is
team
true.
was dumb. I thought the team choice was dumb.
Trayvon,
Sorry.
Be honest with me. If Captain Marvel was part of that team, would you have really had a problem with that team?
Yeah, because she would did all the work. Like,
Bro, you spent 5 minutes thinking about that before you answered it. No, you wouldn't. Don't be here lying. Don't
no,
be
we
here
needed
lying.
Iron Man. We needed her.
But this was supposed to be
Another Thor.
This was supposed
Not
to be
this
a
one.
what if, like it was supposed to be completely different than like the Avengers lineup, So
Well,
that's
she
why
wasn't-
it was like these like misfit, like
Mm.
who only shared like one brain cell or something like that,
And we're only on the and we're only on the ground and only on the ground.
And
all
we're
grounded.
all on the ground. Did,
No, no.
My
did the
goodness.
first Avengers have a flyer besides Iron Man, who has a suit, like a natural flyer? The first Avengers didn't, and they did
Thor?
just fine.
Thor fly.
Thor's not a flyer. He used it.
I mean-
especially back then, he used his his Mjolnir.
I always say you can make an argument Thor is a flyer, but I always say when you usually see him flying, it's always with Mjolnir. So
Mhm.
part
Yeah,
of
it
me
was
always
only with
feels that
Ragnarok where you didn't see it.
I don't remember him flying in
Right.
that. I don't remember him
Well,
flying at all.
Yeah,
And-
he could
and-
fly without
and-
it then. Yeah.
In
That
Ragnarok, when he like flew from the balcony
No,
that he
remember
was
he
at
jumped
with
off the
Hela.
balcony. He jumped off of it.
Well, then it's like, isn't it like Jessica Jones? She can't fly. She just like jumps.
No.
She's
She is
supposed to be able
afraid
to.
of flying. She's terrified of flying, which is ironic because that's her power, but she's terrified of it. So in the comics, she used to do small increment jumps because she was afraid to fly.
I didn't understand that from the show because she was like, oh, I just jump.
Yeah, in the show, they made it to be so she fits more with the defenders. Because if she can fly, it's kind of just like, well, super
It's
strength.
something she
and
needed
can
to
fly,
practice, right?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't really need the blind guy. Like, she can really just do everything. So they had to kind of make
The
her more
disrespect for Matt Murdock. You know,
Well,
Matt
that's one of my
Murdock.
favorite ones.
Matt
Sorry.
Murdock could have been there. He could have been fighting against.
I'm just picturing by
Ultron.
the time Matt changes and gets to the scene, you see Jessica just like, oh, what are you doing here? I came to help you. I've been done for like an hour.
Dude,
Bro.
what?
I've been cleaning up. Like I flew here. Like, what did you do? He's like, I had to jump off like 8 buildings to get here, Jessica. Like, it's not that easy for me. Can't just do one large jump. Goodness gracious.
I really need her to come back.
That's actually hilarious. Let me see. Mr. E says at least Tony survived this episode, so that's something. We don't know the extent of that survival. They literally could have went off screen and then it just went, Tony, you know you gotta die, right? It's like, God damn it, again. Why do you guys keep showing me? Stop showing me in things.
R.I.P. Tony.
Right, yeah. I mean, I was telling you guys last week, I think that's a fixed point. I think him dying is a fixed point. And I know someone had asked the question of, well, if what's her name's death in Strange's episode was a fixed point, will she die in Multiverse of Madness? I think that's isolated. I think perfect Tia, enough Tia. I think that fixed point was just for that universe. I don't think it was a multiversal fixed point. So it could have just been for that episode.
Is that how fixed points work?
We don't know that it was a fixed point. As far, again, I don't know if that connects. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that part of the story is what connects to the MCU. But I don't think it necessarily means she won't make it out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so. I don't think
Okay.
so. But for somebody who never leaves the Sanctum Sanctorum, I don't imagine he gets out and dates much. So I would be curious what her role would be going forward. Well, I guess he just says, Wong, you got this? All right, I'm gonna pop out real quick. And it's just like, no. Like, no, absolutely not. I go out, you stay here. That's the deal. All right, let's see what else Mr. E says. Okay, here we go from Joe. What's up, Joe? That scene looks like it was cut from the episode with Tony and Gamora. It was. That episode was scrapped according to the showrunners. COVID is why they could not complete the 10th episode. We were saying this before. Yeah, I mean, it's voice acting. Bro, you sit in the booth around no one else.
I too use it for an excuse for everything. Hey, Tia, you want to go hang out? Oh, COVID, man. You know, it's out there.
Look, it is. It's out there running around.
They can't use that excuse because Luca, the movie, the Disney movie Luca, all of it, they recorded it, the voices at their houses. So but Marvel, you know, Marvel.
I played a video game that was
They're not about to let you record that at home.
That would have been funny if they said, Feige, why not just have them do it at home for the 10th episode? And he's just,
people like, what?
I'm not paying for that. No, hell no. Hell no.
I don't trust these people enough for that.
This whole Black Widow thing going on. Hell no. I'm not trusting nobody. No.
Yo, and how messed up is it that Black Widow plays such a pivotal role in this series, but it wasn't Scarlett Johansson doing the voice?
No. They should be happy it wasn't Scarlett, because she probably would have looked back and said, "Hey, no, I have voice too. Pay me more. Pay me more. Yeah. Pay me more. The show's doing good ratings. Pay me more."
Or they could have, she could have said to pull it all together. Like, I'm not getting paid for X, Y, and Z, or you didn't pay me for this, so I don't want you to air it. You air it, I sue.
You know what's funny, Jamie? They would have delayed the show, and the actor that we ended up getting is the actor that would have redubbed her scene in the show. We would have had a situation where Natasha's talking and the words come out like 5 seconds later. Like that's what they would have done. I don't give a damn if you don't want your voice out there. Just redub it, dub it, get it out.
I will say though, like, I felt this way, and I know this is like so off topic. I just want to say it really quickly because when I read like the headline, I kind of laughed a little. But and like I stand with Scarlett Johansson on this, but that's just my opinion there. You know, the lawsuit settled, you know, blah, blah, blah. And Scarlett Johansson said, I look forward to working with the company moving forward. And I'm like, corporate, it's like for us little people, suing would be like monumental and detrimental and like, don't ever talk to me ever again. But in that world, suing's like having a conversation. Like, it's fine. I sue you, you sue me.
That's how I get my money. That's how to get
it's how I get my money.
When you're rich, suing is more so a way to assure the person sits at the table to listen to us. Suing you is just like, bro, I have no money. What are you doing?
What would you like?
I assume as soon as they got in the room, Scarlett was just like, you guys know I wasn't really going to sue.
Yeah, she was like, I just needed you guys to like pick up the effing phone once in a while.
That was it. I'm telling you, what I think the difference maker was the Russo brothers were just like, you want a Secret Wars movie done by us? You do right by her. And Feige was like, do it.
Feige's like, yo, you are Disney. You are not effing up my Secret Wars by this shit.
He's like, pay that. He's like, how much is it? Ooh, that's steep. Pay it though. Yeah. Go ahead and pay it.
Disney though, like, is getting in trouble though lately with their whole thing because Neil Gaiman has been really vocal about the fact that he hasn't gotten paid yet by Disney for like years of work that he did back in the day.
Dang, it's like Birdman not paying Lil Wayne.
Wait, what'd you say?
I said it's like Birdman not paying Lil Wayne. The Cash Money never got paid. Birdman was just like,
no.
I'm rich though.
Yeah, and look, it worked out. That Lil Wayne only talks nice about Birdman. There's no issue there, and Birdman's still like, I still didn't pay you what I owed you, but okay, yeah, I love you too. All right, Mr. Joe says, oh, to answer your question, Joe, did what's his name make the Infinity Stone Crusher? Yes, I think that's what they were making on Nevelier.
I can't believe if he. Like, why would it be, this is fine print. It's written on the back. This is universe-specific Stone Crusher. Don't take it outside of the universe because it won't work.
Yeah, it was very much like a plot device that just didn't work. That just didn't land. It didn't land, you know? And I'm glad they kind of just tossed it to the side like, yeah, we thought it was stupid too. Yeah, okay, enough. All right, this is what we're going to do now. It's like, okay, because that was really stupid. Like, what was the whole point of it? And it made no sense. Like I said, it works in one universe, but the stones work everywhere. Okay. All right. I'm not supposed to.
It didn't have enough bars. The reception wasn't good.
Clearly, yeah. There's no Verizon. There's no Verizon on that planet they were on. That's what it was. Ultron closed it. You know what? Someone did say that guy that jumped from Verizon to Sprint is a villain. Maybe he helped Ultron get rid of her.
I enjoyed his storyline.
Maybe that's why. Yeah.
I thought it was so funny.
His arc.
Yes, it's so funny.
I tell you what, he's had the best villain arc I've ever seen. He's had the best villain.
Wait, how is it a villain arc? Sprint is better.
Sprint is not better than Verizon. Sprint does not let you talk on the phone and text at the same time. They are not better than
what?
Verizon.
Actually, to be fair, I haven't had Sprint in years. I'm a Boost Mobile type person. I pay my $50 a month. I don't care. Verizon and Sprint can both suck it. Asking me $120 a month for one line. You guys. Sorry.
Verizon, please, you run my internet and my phone. It does not speak for me.
Yes, I have Fios, please.
I have Fios too.
I love them. Okay.
Right now, somebody at Verizon is just like, oh, really? Okay. All right. No internet and send. Okay. All right. But no. Yeah, I thought that was definitely a plot device, Joe. Joe also says, oh, no, I'm sorry. Mr. E says, I'm curious as to why we didn't see Zombie Hulk
Yes.
Wanda and Thanos fight Ultron. That would have been a better fight. Also, why is Cap and Falcon still around? I thought Bucky and Okoye killed them. I don't know what you mean about Cap and Falcon. Where was Cap and Falcon? Did I miss that?
Some of the zombie episode, didn't they get killed? That's the only time I can think of.
But
was Falcon in that episode?
Yeah, Falcon was because Okoye killed him.
And Cap.
I don't know why
when a soldier killed Cap.
Yeah, but I don't know why Mr. E's bringing it up for this episode. Was there a Cap and Falcon in this episode?
No.
Yeah, I didn't
think that I saw. It's just Wanda.
Yeah, I didn't understand that. And to be fair, there wasn't Hulk and Thanos because Strange probably thought Wanda could handle it, or at least make a dent.
If this was only post WandaVision Wanda, it would have been a different story.
Would have been different. Yeah,
I didn't think it was kind of funny.
Defeat all the stones, but it would have been way different. I don't think she could have defeated them one-on-one. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I just thought it was kind of funny the way that she was like, I don't know, even as a zombie, she's like, oh, I'm about to take you out. And then like nothing happened. She's like, huh? Yeah. And he's like, what?
That zombie popped out of her body real quick. She's just like, oh shit.
Yep, she was alive again. She's like, oh my God.
Okay. All right. I thought that worked. Right. She snapped right out of that. She was like, no more zombie. Real talk. That didn't work. Like, how strong is this guy? What am I fighting? What is this? Strange did set her up though. Strange just plucked her out and was just like, you do.
Yeah.
I got no time for this.
I couldn't help but wonder, like, if it was post Wanda, like post WandaVision Wanda, because she absorbed the energy of the stones, like pulled it out. I was that was my first thought. I know this isn't the one that can do all that yet, so I was wondering if she drained the energy from the stones, if she was like now the one version now.
I don't know because I don't know. Maybe it had something to do with her zombie mutation. Alongside her actual mutation. I don't know.
Possibility.
All right. So before we get out of here, guys, I did want to talk one last thing. Wait. Joe says they made Thor extra dumb in this episode too. Thor, I thought, has been dumb since his entrance. When the portal opens, zombie Cap and Falcon dropped from the portal. It was a blink and you'll miss it.
Definitely blinked then.
Yeah, I blinked hard.
You already did though. Like, so.
Yeah, maybe it was just their carcasses coming out of
it. God.
Maybe. I don't know. All right, so one last thing I want to talk about before we get out of here, because this will be our last episode for the MCR until late November. So I wanted to talk about, has everyone here either seen Venom and Carnage?
Oh, okay. Oh, yes, what you talking about. Yes, I was right.
Wait,
I just guessed it. I said Venom.
Trayvon wanted to know if we were going to come back for Venom, and you didn't respond. And then when you said Venom.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. I was just about to ask. Yeah. Has everyone here either seen Venom and Carnage or don't plan on seeing it?
I haven't seen it yet.
So I haven't seen it yet.
I do plan on seeing it, yeah.
I do plan on seeing it.
Okay, then we won't talk about the end credit scene then.
Okay.
No, please don't, because Brittany's coming in tomorrow, and we're planning on seeing it Friday, maybe. Okay. I don't know. We have to look at the schedules.
We talked it on Figure It Out last night, so I got it out of my system, but I just wasn't sure if everyone saw it or not. No problem.
What comes out in November?
I haven't got it out of my system.
Are you purposely trying to blank that out of your mind? Hawkeye, Tia.
What comes after? What comes after that?
As far as you know, nothing. Until you
is it Miss? It's Miss Marvel, right? And that's coming out in 2022. So
no,
I'll see you guys in 2022.
To be fair, we don't have a date for any show after Hawkeye. Nothing has been given a date. I believe Feige will do it in November when.
I'll see you guys for the Eternals then, November 5th. See you guys then.
Tia will be here. Tia will be here for Hawkeye. You guys don't have to worry about it. You will be seeing here for Hawkeye. I was forced to show up for the finale of WandaVision when I didn't want to. You will be here for Hawkeye, Tia. I told you that was going to come back to haunt you, making me do that episode.
We couldn't not finish it. We did the whole entire season. couldn't not finish it.
No. I said you guys can do the show.
You're the leader of this.
No, not that episode. I didn't want to be. That's for sure.
I'm sorry, Jamie. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I saw something that said the Miles Morales and the Miss Marvel comic have been canceled, but I don't know if it was true or not. I did not do any further research.
I haven't heard anything about that, but if it was, it makes sense. Maybe they got something cooking for Miles, and we know a Miss Marvel show is coming out, so maybe because Feige's in control of all of that, so maybe he wants the comic to tie in. Rather than being something separate.
Do they usually do that? I
always do. They always do
Okay.
tie-in comics around the movies, but they have their separate comics that aren't a part of the movies. But now that Feige owns, well, not owns, but runs everything Marvel, maybe he wants it to be. Maybe they want Kamala to look more like the show Kamala. You know, maybe they want the story to be closer. Because what you don't want is someone who is an avid comic book reader to then go watch the movie and the characters are drastically different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So maybe that's what it was. Again, I don't know. I don't know anything. I didn't look into it either. But I'm just saying maybe that's the reason why. Who knows?
Did you guys did you guys see the news that there was this planned spinoff for T'Challa's Star-Lord from this What If?
Yeah.
I did not.
Yeah.
They were gonna surprise them with it, like the concept of like, you would love to do this, right? And we all know he would have taken it, of course. That would have been a really interesting story, especially if Peter Quill was like his Robin, to where he kind of trained him, and who knows, maybe Trayvon would have gotten what he wanted, where T'Challa, now that he has a successor, goes back to Wakanda, becomes the king of Wakanda because maybe his father passed, and he passes the name of Star-Lord on to Peter Quill. And Peter Quill,
that would have been interesting.
That would have made it even funnier when Peter Quill goes, "I'm Star-Lord," and they're just like, "No,
No, you're not."
you're no Star-Lord. You're no Star-Lord. So that would have been really, really, really interesting to see that.
Thanos suddenly decides that genocide sounds like a good idea because T'Challa's not there to talk him down.
Yep.
T'Challa goes, "Peter, what did you do?" And he's like, "I don't know. He asked me about genocide, and I said, if you want." Why would you say that?
Far be it from me to stand in the way of someone's creative direction.
It's like, bro, why would you say that? And he's like, I don't know. I thought it was a good idea.
Dude, his daughter's hot. I'm just trying to impress him.
God, that's so
Thought it would get me.
That's so bad.
That was really good because I can see Peter saying that, just like, oof, Gamora. Yeah, what do you want to kill? Kill anything. I don't care. It's not
just let me take Gamora out on a date.
Yeah. On a date. I did think it was really weird how Ego was like sucking the life force out of Peter, and he's just like, yeah, only 1,000 more years to go, and it's just like,
yeah,
what?
Like, why so slowly?
Huh?
Yeah.
Like, does anyone take a bathroom break in the process of this, or is it just like, no, we just stand here forever, no one moves? And it's just like, bro, that's really weird.
It's like, didn't you watch Shang-Chi? This shit happens in like 2 seconds.
Right? Yeah, it's just boom, out of here.
Yep.
But what was I gonna say? Yes, you guys, don't worry. I know you guys love when we go live. We will be going live next Saturday to break down certain, panels of fandom. Not all of them. I did that shit last year, and it was the most drained I've ever been ever. Will not be happening this year. Once they give the time slots for the exact panels, we will be covering the Batman. I might cry again. We'll be covering Black Adam. I might cry for that. Anything CW show, me, Joel, and Trayvon will be covering. Whatever Michael B. Jordan's announcement is, Trayvon's hoping it's Static Shock. I believe it's probably his Superman project. Just confirmation.
I don't care about that.
Uh,
I don't care about it at all.
Such a violent reaction.
I know.
I don't care.
I wasn't saying it wouldn't be Static Shock. I was just saying.
Static Shock or nothing.
I was just saying. All right. Okay. So, all right. When Michael B. Jordan talks Static Shock.
There you go.
So, Jamie, I would like you to come on for us to talk Gotham Knights.
Ooh, yes. Oh my gosh.
Finally.
It'll be about freaking time.
Right.
Yep. And then Tia, I want you to come on for the Rick Flag solo. Oh no, too soon. Too soon. hey, look, there's payback for my boy Hawkeye. No,
you don't even care about Hawkeye like that.
You know what?
Just care that I don't care about Hawkeye.
That's exactly what it is, Tia. And you know what? You keep getting everything you want, and I don't like it. You got your Loki series.
What do I get? What do I get?
I don't Loki series. He refuses to die, Tia.
I don't get freaking the Punisher back. I don't get Daredevil back. All right.
Well,
I don't get any of that shit. I know we never know, but right now I don't know. I don't get Rick Flag back. American Gods got canceled. I get nothing. Nothing.
Nice. But speaking of that,
like he's in Batman, Tia. I'm still hurting from that.
What do you hurt
anyway? I said Ben's still not Batman. I'm still hurting from that. At least you got Loki. What did I get out of any of this? I got no Mephisto. I got Stark still dying every episode. Loki still breathes air.
You got Hawkeye.
Yeah.
You got Hawkeye.
You're right. I do have
if that is a hill you are willing to die on, then you get some Hawkeye.
Apparently it was one Natasha was. Ooh, anyway.
Guys, the best part was the last episode, Clint falling off that hill. I was like, finally, what if corrected some major errors?
Look how he did it though, such a badass. It was so great.
About that. It's because it was in a cartoon form and it wasn't voiced by Jeremy Renner, so we okay with that.
So is it Hawkeye or Jeremy Renner?
I was about to ask.
What's the problem? Which one is it?
It's Jeremy Renner. Just like with Jawan. It's just like with Jawan. I'm sure he doesn't even have that big of a problem against Sam Wilson. Is the fact that Anthony Mackie plays Sam Wilson.
Oh God! Oh yes! Goodness gracious! Oh goodness gracious! I loved Sam Wilson. Before that, we're not going to get into it, guys. Please stay tuned. Next week we will be going live again Saturday to cover Fandom. We will have so many different rotating guests coming in. I'm going to reach out to Ernie Altbacker, who is the writer for a lot of the DC animated movies. See if he would like to come in, talk some of these DC movies or animated projects. So that'll be a nice little celebrity to have pop in. Stay tuned. You never know who we might be able to get to pop into this Fandom breakdown. It's going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait to see you all back there next Saturday. But guys, it has been a fun 9 weeks for What If. Because goodness gracious, this show has been draining. It's just been roller coaster. Goodness gracious. Wait, what came before this?
Loki.
It was Loki, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, all right, okay.
And then before that was, and then before that was Falcon and Winter Soldier.
No, it was WandaVision. You made a mistake. It was WandaVision, Loki. What if? I don't understand what you're saying. It was the Adventures of Winter Soldier. Then Loki, then What If? You got the name. So crazy. Why would you say that?
There's a new Captain America out here. You're going to see him again. So get ready.
No, you're absolutely right. Captain Carter. I will see her again. Doctor Strange.
They're literally making a 4th movie, Jawan.
Right.
Where Steve
I'm going to see him again.
Where Steve comes back. Right. Yeah.
Steve is dead.
Right.
No, he's on the moon. Trayvon, he's on the moon.
Nah, that's. I feel like the whole term "on the moon" thing is like how you tell your kid like the puppy died, bro. It's just like, yeah, the puppy went on the moon.
Bro, I'm telling you right now, I would die the happiest ever if Captain America 4 within the first 5 minutes of that movie, Steve just drops in and goes, "Give me my shit." And it's not.
You know they're not going to do that. They're definitely not going to do that.
They better do that. Come on,
Definitely
write it.
disappointed.
Put it in there, Feige.
Yeah, imagine
Do it for the fans.
the backlash.
I just want some
Trayvon
closure.
loves
Like, is Steve dead or not? I'm pretty sure he is, but I need some official. I don't know.
Same.
Well,
it's
again,
ambiguous.
there was a rumor last year that he had signed a new deal, but it was
Buzz
it was
Lightyear
not
now. Let it
reported.
go. Let it go.
Oh
Buzz
yeah,
Lightyear.
when is that movie
Let it
coming
go.
out?
I'm
That was a
not
while ago.
holding on to anything. I'm just saying the report was he was coming back, but it did not say for what.
He's coming back as Johnny Storm.
Oh Lord.
I would love that. I swear. I swear.
Low key, I would love that.
Yeah, I would,
Low-key, I would love
I would
that.
have an issue with it.
That would
Just
be
to
the
show
weirdest
him.
thing.
Just
How
to
old
show
would you
him for like
make-
a second. No,
Yeah.
just
How
to
old
do
would you
it.
make
I
how
just
old
want
would
the
you make
hot
Steve
tub
Storm?
scene again.
Show the
Can we do
universe.
that?
Just show the universe. Yeah. Yes, we could. Yes.
This
we
is
absolutely
unraveling. This is unraveling.
Oh,
We're
wait,
getting-
really
Oh my
quick.
goodness.
In the multiverse of madness,
Exactly.
Strange opens up.
could. Yes.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yep.
Stop it. You know you
Yes.
loved Chris Evans as Johnny Storm.
I know
Stop
I did.
That. I did.
I know one
That's
thing.
great.
Trayvon, Tia, and Jamie can never step foot in the writer's room. That's all I know. That's all.
No, this is why we could. We know what
Right.
they want. We know what the
Right.
people
We
want.
give them
and
what
we
the
will
fans
deliver.
want.
We do know what they want.
I'm
I'm
like,
just-
Chris,
wait.
Chris, I'm sorry. Your abs
Wait.
are not glistening enough for this shot. Somebody butter him up. Butter him up.
Yes.
Where's the
Just
butter
yes.
about
person?
to say,
If it were
Dom,
up
I
to
can see
me-
that. I can see the three of them just like, wait. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the costume designs. There's just way too much.
Not tight enough.
Like his shirt is on in the
My-
scene.
It's on.
My decision
Why?
would be that like if Steve Rogers was still around, he'd be like Drax. There's no need for a shirt, you know? It's just like shirtless all the time. He's
That's
super
not
soldier.
fair. We don't get a parallel like that. We can't ask for things like that.
Are you
That's
kidding me?
Okay,
Watch
it's
the
a-
first few movies where Natasha was.
Her boobs are practically popping out. I'm
Yes.
surprised
What-
when she
what
stretched
Ryan
things
is
didn't
doing?
like-
Yeah,
freaking
you're not
secret
talking
missions,
about
walks
Chris
around with
Evans
their titties out.
practically not having a shirt. You're talking about him not having a shirt. I don't hear
Go
practically.
They
read,
can't-
go read like any old 1980s comic books and everything. Every girl's wearing like dental floss for underwear. I don't want to
Then
hear
bring
it.
it back in the MCU then if Chris doesn't have to wear a shirt. That's all I'm
not
saying.
the equivalent.
That's
That
not
is
the-
Not the equivalent.
Anyway,
Dom,
Tra-
look at this.
Trayvon, Jamie, I will see you guys on Monday in the writers' room. I look
Yes.
forward to it.
Let's flip
You
it
know
around.
what?
It's always
Chris
the women and the
Evans,
Skippy
that
stuff.
might be the
There we
first
go.
restraining order Chris Evans has to put on. So he's just like, guys, I
Oh,
read the
he
script.
loves it. Stop
I read
it.
the script. In every other line I have, it says take shirt off. Why
loves
am I
it.
taking
Stop.
shirt off per conversation? Chris,
He loves
trust me, it works. Just do it. It's fine. It's
You don't want to
fine.
get the shirt
Fine.
dirty. Your character's
Meanwhile-
really into cleanliness.
Meanwhile, Chris goes, all right, guys, like, you finished the movie? Yeah, the movie's just 10 minutes of him just taking shirts off in different settings. And it's like,
yeah.
all
Sounds
right,
like a great
perfect.
film.
That's all we need. That's all we needed. All right, let's get out of here before YouTube cancels this. I want to thank Trayvon, Tia, Jamie, and Dom. You guys have been awesome. Everyone who's also been a part of these 9 weeks, Joe, Pete, the Kind of Nerdy Network, Ryan, trying to think Prime, trying to think of everybody that's been a part of it. Joel, I think, did one week. It's been a lot of rotating hosts. Or guests rather, sorry. So thank you guys. And again, we'll see you next Saturday. But as far as Marvel, you guys will have to wait until the end of next month to see these faces talk Marvel again. But
What
till
about
then,
the
guys-
Eternals? Hang on. What about
Well,
the
we usually
Eternals?
do a recorded review. We don't usually go live for it.
Oh, okay. All right. Then
Yeah.
you're right. You're right. Sorry. My bad.
I was about to say, Tia got really like, whoa, Eternals, Jawan.
Richard Madden?
Now,
I can't. The
Did you
disrespect.
now? Did you guys see the last teaser? Like,
Yes.
I'm so excited. Like
So
after that
excited.
teaser, I'm
Yes,
so in.
everyone had shirts on. Yes, I loved it. It was perfect. Proper movie making. You're right. Yes. Shirts all around. All right. Anyway, guys, thank you. Until next time. Peace.
Hi, everyone.
Bye.